I asked operator mains to reveal their best tip, and you guys seem to enjoy the last one so much, and I've done this series for a while, but I'm glad we're bringing it back. So if you guys want to see this as a series again on the channel, let's try to hit 1,500 likes in this video. And also let me know in the comments below of what operators you want, and ultimately if you have a tip, let me know. Don't forget to come to my stream on Twitch to get my in-game charm, and let's get into the video. If you're a smoke main, you would know to use your smokes in the last 30 seconds of the round, or maybe to even stop an aggressive push from the team. But have you ever thought of using smokes for a spawn peek? Yes, I know it's crazy, but check out this smoke tip from Pendant.
Before you say anything, I know this kind of thing is pretty cringe, but nothing is more cringe than either zimming or cheating. So hope you guys enjoy. So let's go ahead and get things started. Aim between the trees and go to the very top of the mountain. You're gonna dash yourself forward and throw this from the master bedroom window. This will land right outside of the cliffside spawn. And what we want to accomplish by doing this is just have the attackers or cheaters, whatever, enter the map with much less HP. Next time you're on Oregon, do not enter bunker if you see a smoke and a clash in the lineup. Have your teammates let you know when the enemy's approaching. Do this super simple smoke lineup, then run back to site and let Clash or even Tachanka do the rest of the work. Then whoever tried to push bunker is going to be walking away with 20 HP if they're lucky. And as you'll see here with the lineup, just make sure the top part of your crosshair is a little bit above the window frame, and it's going to land here every time. It completely boxes them in. Get the first smoke lineup out of the way. Go to the right side of the hookah window. You're going to get the right side of your crosshair as well. Right on that cloud there, you're going to toss the smoke, pop it right away. That's going to prevent them from leaving. It will still land in their spawn, of course, but it's just not going to be very precise. And anyways, moving on to the second smoke lineup for runes. Same like I do, far right corner of the window, and then just aim right at the cloud area there. It's going to land right on the stairwell. So this will do chip damage as they're leaving spawn, or prevent them from running back when you use this chunk lineup. And of course for this one, you can walk right on the balcony and basically fire it right into the spawn walkway. Or you can kind of bounce it off the top of the runes here. Either way works. This is how you do the smoke canister lineup. So to hit the main area in spawn, follow the steps like this. And these are all from the very main entrance at reception. So as long as you're in the door frame and you aim roughly where I am in the video, you're gonna hit these every single time. And you could technically say that these might be a waste of a canister, but if you're hitting a shield player, I think it's worth the risk.
Now, in my last video, you guys seem to really like the Mira C4 trick on Oregon or any other map of what that mirror trick is from Masa. Masa is a high-level champion player that competes even in the Jinxie tournaments, and he's definitely one to be watched. And he's really good with Mira, so here's another C4 lineup that you can use on Mira on Nighthaven for free kills.
Alright, so my tip for Nighthaven Labs defending downstairs is actually, instead of putting a Mira on this back wall over here, which is pretty default, just put it right here, is actually move that Mira upwards and put it on the actual main wall of assembly. Now this mirror easily counters what is a very common push with the OSA and the Maverick, where they have pull up, they put crouch holds all the way across this wall, push some OSA shields down. Basically impossible for any defender to run through assembly. Now I put this mirror instead, it counters that. You could also bring Nomad to defend it. And there's also doubles as a nitrocell spawn peak, because no one ever really expects this unless they drone this out in the beginning of the round, which no one ever does because it's usually double reinforced. You hear them run out of spawn, you wait for the right moment, you toss your nitrocell, and it lands right where they're running out of spawn. Easy kill. Also have a full rotator here once you toss that nitrocell, and then you can defend it like a normal mirror.
Keep it deployed.
Oh, you're so lucky.
Now, we all know Sense is kind of a little overrated and no one really wants to play him. However, here's a really good Sense lineup that you can use for his grenades. And this Sense tip is also, again, from Pendant. Maverick has slowly made his way into the meta because of Two Brow and K tricking. Two Brow and K tricking are basically almost impossible to counter, not even with Thatcher. Because by the time Two Brow already puts his thing on the wall, then the Thatcher EMP wears out and the K Claw turns back on. However, there are literally zero counters to Maverick unless you're shooting him. And you guys have seen this in my clickbait shorts, but it's always good for people to know how to do it because it's very useful. So here is a Maverick trick on making the wall saw fast by Eyes Cold.
Alright, so my tip and trick for Athieno here basically is with Maverick, you can make them like main wall soft. There are certain maps there that you are able to do this, And basically all you have to do with like the beams of the reinforcement is you start somewhere like in the middle. And as you can see right here where I start, right, you basically line yourself up with these two beams and you mav across the top of the wall and then you do the bottom, and it makes it soft. Now this trick is very, very like good as well, because it like confuses the enemy basically. And it makes it like, oh shit, he made it soft like super fast, right? Like as someone that's like on the wall, like, okay, you know, he's gonna mav the top and then maybe the bottom I can go for a nitro. But if you do it really fast, it makes a huge difference. And like I said, like look here, you have a teammate with you here, you open the wall, right? And it just makes it easy like this. Although my teammate missed the ash charge, which, Jog, I hate you for this. But basically, you can just make it runnable, super easy. You can make some, you know, some holes on the wall as well. And you can just sit upside down the whole entire time on this rappel. And it's huge because you can look at the guy rafters, you can look at this guy IT on the box as well. So I think this trick is really, really useful, and a lot of people don't know about it. And like they said there, like I almost got the kill there. So that was my tip and trick, and hopefully a lot of people more will use it, but that is basically the gist of it.
Now, similar to Smoke, we have Pendant again, but he's also here with an Echo tip. We all know Echo is, you know, stays inside, uses yokai to stun a little bit of people and deny plant. But yes, you guessed it right. We're gonna spawn peek with Echo again. So let's see what tips that Pendant has for us today.
Up next is on Canal. This is going to be at the top floor site. You can either leave this hidden and use it later in the round, or you can pop the glass out and actually see where they're coming from if they pop the default cameras already. Just be careful with this one not to let it fall off the ledge, because you're not getting that back. Next spot is on Cafe. This is the 3rd floor window overlooking the park spawn. This one is basically invisible until you decide to jump. You can use this one to stun anyone coming in the garage door, or you can actually overlook the spawns and give your team info as to where the enemy's pushing. And the final spot is on Oregon. You drive your drone out the garage door and you're gonna have a great view of the entire spawn. That is it for this video though. I hope you guys enjoyed. Take care, drop a follow, and I will see you in the next one.
Next up, we have my editor, Joey. Now, you guys might know Joey behind the Rule 34 pictures, the goon pics on the shorts. Yes, this is the man responsible for him. So point your fingers at him and not me. Anyways, here's his tip for Nomad.
So my tip for Nomad is if I throw a flash all the way into this corner and then I shoot a Nomad at the same time, they won't be able to hear the Nomad land. You don't even have to blind them, because if the flash goes off anywhere near them, they won't be able to hear at all. So then they won't hear the Nomad land and they'll get hit every time. You could even knife them if you want. Now, a really good spot to use it on is actually on Night Haven. So since there's just this one thing in the middle and people love playing behind it, what you can do is you can flash over here, shoot a Nomad right here with the same timing, and they'll get launched to the side, letting you see them and kill them very, very easily. There are a few spots like that on a bunch of different maps, but I've noticed that this one is really, really good for it. It'll also let you clear anybody out of hard to reach corners. Elbow on Oregon is a great example. It works every time. Try it in your ranked games.
Now, coming in last, again, we have Pendant, just because he's the GOAT of all operator tips. But here is his tip for Ying, and it's a special candela lineup on border that you can use.